Alright folks, it is another beautiful day. Recently Niantic dropped the Gigantamax trailer, so a huge new update to Max Battles. Very exciting trailer, a lot of people are getting hyped, but it kind of has also divided the player base depending on your feelings and emotions towards Dynamax, Max Battles and this whole new feature. One thing is for certain though, whatever your stance is, these battles don't look like they're going to be easy. So supposedly these Gigantamax battles are going to be the hardest challenge trainers have faced to date, with the recommended size being 10 to 40 trainers, which I think personally is a bit ridiculous, but who knows, Niantic can exaggerate sometimes. Maybe you will only need around 10 players. Even that, depending on if you've got a local community, might be a bit of a challenge to acquire to take down these Gigantamax Pokemon. Also, unlike raids, you can't call in friends with remote passes, so that is another challenge in of itself. You have to have everyone at that location. Let's assume that you need at least 10 trainers for these Gigantamax battles. Now's the time to coordinate with your local groups then. Maybe you have a group on Discord or wherever. So start organizing for the 26th and 27th of October. That's when they're going to be around for those 2 days. Campfire is also going to be helpful, as you can now see max battles on Campfire as well. So if you don't have a local group, that might be another way to try and find trainers to take these Gigantamax Pokemon down. As these max battles have been getting bigger, so has the particles that you need to take part in them. And for these Gigantamax battles, you're going to need 800 particles to enter. So what you can do is stack 1,000 particles the day before, and the 300 particles it lets you hold for walking 2 kilometers. And then on the day, you can use 800 particles for that first Gigantamax battle. Then you can pop the 300, so you'll have 500 particles, and then gather 300 more, and then you can enter another Gigantamax max battle. Obviously, they want you to purchase some particles and do a lot more than that. I'm personally probably just going to obtain one of each if I can. Now, only Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon can fight in max battles, as it's its own separate thing. Kind of annoying, and this is one of the first things that has annoyed a lot of players in the community. The fact that we have to now power up Dynamax Pokemon, such as Blastoise, Venusaur and Charizard, to obtain their Gigantamax forms, which obviously then we're going to power up too, right? So it is this kind of annoying cycle of powering up stuff and then powering up more stuff to fight more stuff. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
As obviously you do need to power up these Dynamax ones to fight against these Gigantamax Pokemon, but it is annoying. Now with Dynamax Pokemon, the fast move that it has will dictate what max move it has. So for example with Blastoise, if it has Water Gun, then its max move is going to be Max Geyser. So obviously it's important then to optimize the fast moves of all your Dynamax Pokemon that you're going into battle with for type effectiveness. Even though these battles can have up to 40 players, you're going to be split into teams of 4. Another reason why it's important to communicate with your teammates, come up with some kind of battle plan, and ensure you're all going in with the right Pokemon. And if your Pokemon faint, you can't revive them or go back into the lobby unless everyone wipes. So that's why it's important to actually level up these Dynamax Pokemon, including their shields and their heals, and use those when you need to. If you do get wiped out and your teammates are still battling though, you can cheer for them. A bit lame, I know, but at least it does help build meter for them, and then they can Dynamax faster. And remember, if you see those energy icons, to swipe into them, as this also builds meter faster towards Dynamax, as well as just using regular charge attacks. Obviously, it's still early days in terms of this feature. I think the Dynamax feature itself only came out around 6 weeks ago, and obviously now they've dropped Gigantamax. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I read a lot of different comments expressing their opinions on the Pokemon Go Reddit. Some people are excited for it, some people are annoyed and aren't going to participate. I myself am excited, but there are things to do with it that do annoy me, especially right now, as if I do power up these Dynamax Pokemon, they don't really have much use elsewhere besides max battles. And the same, I think, is going to be true for Gigantamax. And how many different variations of the same Pokemon are we going to have? There needs to be more usability with them. A bit like when Mega Pokemon first dropped, they weren't that useful, but in time they updated Mega Pokemon, and now they give you a lot of good bonuses towards XL Candy and XP when you pop their Mega Evolution and catch Pokemon during events such as Community Days. So the same needs to be done, I think, in terms of Dynamax Pokemon and Gigantamax Pokemon. If you made it this far, please slap the like button, as it is much appreciated. If you're new and you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, as that also really helps. As always, everyone, please take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Wait.